All right. But anywho, let's talk about Star Trek. We talked about that was about 30 minutes worth of us just rattling on about God knows what. It's 10:20 already.
Oh,
And what we have in front of us today is one of the most important Deep Space Nine episodes ever.
yeah.
Now, Ben, I can't. I wanted to ask you this as soon as I saw it because this is something that I couldn't experience the way you experienced when you
Right.
watched it June 16th, 1997.
Right.
You had to wait a whole 3 months to find out what happened to this thing.
Yes.
How did you feel going into the summer months of June, July, August, waiting for September to come to find out what happens in the Deep Space Nine universe?
Well, okay, so you got to take
This is the cliffhanger.
Yeah, but I mean, to take in consideration what cliffhangers I've been exposed to at this point with TNG. So nothing
it's not
is
Picard Borg level.
right. This isn't best of both worlds kind of.
No, but this
cliffhanger.
is probably the second best, second wave of Star Trek cliffhangers.
I would say it was better than some of the other TNG cliffhangers that we've seen.
It's better than Time's Arrow.
Yeah. Which at the Times Arrow could have been a mid-season two-parter.
Yeah.
It would have been fine. This is a real season ender. And so, yeah.
Yeah, they basically clear the deck. And they're like, all right, this is a different show now.
I mean, he gives the MacArthur speech at the end.
Yeah.
Like, wait, if they're not on Deep Space Nine, what are they going to call the show next season? So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't as, I guess it wasn't as traumatic going into it. I mean, at this point, I'm living in Japan and I'm in the Navy. So it's not as big of an impact, I guess, as some of the TNG cliffhangers. But it was still like, how the hell are they going to get out of this one?
Yeah.
But you kind of know they're going to get out of it. It's just like, it was more of a, well, this is going to be interesting, than, oh God, I wonder how they're going to do it. It was more like, oh, this is going to, it was more of an anticipation of, oh shit, this is going to probably, be awesome.
Because I agree with Dennis. This is a clear the deck moment. This is like a reboot of the whole series right here.
Yeah.
I mean, they were
at the end. I was like, why did I not watch this when it was out?
Yeah,
25 years ago.
People slept on this series. We've said that so many times.
Yeah.
And then episodes like this make you just like, how did I not get more obsessed with this?
I mean, I was at the academy, so I didn't really have
Starfleet?
ready access. Yeah, Starfleet Academy. So I didn't have ready access to a TV that I could control.
Yeah.
But
I was 20? I was too busy trying to smoke drugs and get laid to watch Star Trek. But man, I really missed out.
Yeah.
This is
so out of the three of us, I was the one that watched Star Trek, and it was, yeah.
This is like
days I'll never get back.
It's not as good as Borg Picard's like cliffhanger, but man, this is pretty damn close.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say this is probably one of the strongest DS9 cliffhangers.
Oh yeah, totally.
This would
was it season 3 or 4 when like the Dominion, they first confronted Dominion?
What was
that was pretty big
at
scene.
At the end of one of the well, yeah, but it wasn't like
the Odyssey gets blown up and stuff.
Right, and the Jem'Hadar show up, but that was more of a there's a threat out there. It wasn't like they're up our ass. It was they have up ass potential. It wasn't like they're coming through the wormhole at us kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was just like, we've been put in our place, but it wasn't like a cliffhanger.
I will say though, this episode starts not a very good way. Like it had me worried. I was like,
how they get you?
What the fuck is going on here? What are you talking about? Wedding arrangements?
What is this garbage?
Well, they flashed. I mean, that initial thing when they flashed the lady in the skimpy ass outfit. We were finishing up with dinner and clearing the table, and so I was like, oh crap, I got to watch the episode. So I threw the laptop on the table for we're picking up dishes, and my daughter's looking at it like, what are you watching?
Yeah, this is.
Oh my God! Is Pornhub open?
Yeah, this is really weird because I'm watching it and I'm like, what is happening here? And your boy, as much as I want to admit it, like I think Cisco's only doing this wedding because he thinks he gets to bang the bride. But if you look at the look on his face, he's like, yes, I will.
Well, he's heard what Jake experienced with her, so.
Well, no, Jake wasn't with her.
Come on now. Don't be naive, Ben.
Don't be naive, Ben.
Word gets around the Dabo girls.
Yeah.
They
all got to sample that Jake Cisco.
There's this hot field reporter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Drop it on him if you can.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
I was a little annoyed by the changing up of, is he working for the Starfleet News Service or the Federation News Service?
Yeah, Starfleet News Service doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Well, yeah, kind of like Stars and Stripes, maybe.
Yeah, but
it's one of those things where throughout all of Star Trek, all the way up until Discovery, or all the way back to Discovery, depending on how you want to be pedantic about it. But the whole thing with, I guess, everything but Enterprise, because the Federation wasn't around, they will conflate Federation and Starfleet.
Yeah.
I mean, so Dennis and I both were in the military. There's a clear distinction between the United Nations, the United States, and whichever branch of the military you're in.
It's funny because I don't think the president of the United States knows that. To him, I think it's all the same thing because he's an idiot. But that's neither here nor there. Continue.
But I mean, it's just like, I know that the United States Navy does not speak for the United States of America. But Starfleet, by God, is out there is like, well, we're going to make a treaty. And I can't imagine some fucking Navy captain pulling up, even, in the olden days.
This is the future.
Yeah.
Well, Starfleet is the military and explorational arm of the Federation. So,
they're not military.
That's what I said. They're not military. I said they're military/exploration arm of the Federation.
They're just explorers. They're scientists.
They're not. Scientists and explorers don't go to war with alien races and build awesome bombs and shit.
At any rate, I kind of got the impression that Jake Cisco was really, it's kind of like the honorary sheriff's deputy. Like you write a letter to the sheriff and they say, oh, you're a deputy. That's kind of what this Starfleet News Service is.
No, because I
want to be a journalist. Like, okay, buddy, you're Starfleet News.
No, I don't diss on him like that. That's I think that's a hard diss on Jake.
Yeah, but that's kind of a big gig to get. I mean, maybe it's one of those. Have you ever seen the thing where like some big news story happens unexpectedly, and then they've got like 10
amateur footage?
Well, no, they've got like the busy, the one that they give busy work to. So she's not really the regular on-air personality, but she's just the person who's at the scene. And all of a sudden she's in the middle of, and she's having to do all the reports live from the scene. And you can tell she's like stupid level nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Well, there were people running and they were very, very emotional.
I pooped my pants.
I did hear sirens at one point.
But see, the thing
I'm scared.
Because the only other time I can think of journalists appearing in Star Trek is in Generations when they're launching the Enterprise B.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of news people there.
Yep. And they were all from the Federation News Service.
Yeah. And so like if such thing exists, whenever there's big things happening, you think they'd be there, like when they take over Deep Space Nine and all these key events that happen.
Well, see, that's the thing is when we took over, we didn't take over Deep Space Nine.
So the partnership with the Bajorans or whatever,
right, but that was some backwater little planet and nobody gave two shits about it. Because that was the whole thing.
Somebody would cover it.
That's why Commander got command of this thing instead of a captain, because it was, who cares? It wasn't until the black hole, Jesus.
The wormhole.
The black hole.
Black hole sun,
won't you come and wash away the rain? I'm sorry, I'm singing.
But it
ahead.
wasn't
You're good,
until
man.
the wormhole opened that all of a sudden, the Deep Space Nine became an important station, and then it was newsworthy.
And then it wasn't even all that newsworthy until fucking scary aliens started coming out of it. Because at first you're like, hey, cool, we could go do all this stuff. Oh my God, there's things that live on the other side, and they are fucking pissed off.
It's like a gold rush, you know? Like
Yeah.
the wormholes, they're like, oh shit, there's like all these new planets and stuff we can explore now. So you'd figure there'd be some media presence there, like covering the discoveries or whatever that's happening.
That's a good way to describe Deep Space Nine. Essentially, it's a gold rush town.
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be kind of like, the series, what was it? They compared it to Gunsmoke when it first came out. That it was the Star Trek's version of Gunsmoke. That, this is the old West town, and Cisco's the marshal, and people come into town every week, and whatever. So, I don't know. Gunsmoke lasted for 20-something years. So
Deep Space Nine lasted 7, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of felt like they needed to give Jake something to do. So, like, all right, he's a journalist. For this
I think it's
baloney news service.
Guess what, Jake?
I always count it as success whenever I can get Ben to roll his eyes.
I'm thinking, the Federation News Service is more. I mean, it's kind of like the state-run media, which is kind of scary, but it fits with my friend Jay and I's theory back in the day.
Space Fox News.
When Mark Twain came to the Enterprise, and he's walking down the corridors of the Enterprise with Troy, talking about how all these subjugated peoples, and how joining the Starfleet is their only way to get out of their miserable lives and get any kind of taste of freedom. And that's what our theory has been for a long time, is that the Federation is this fascist state that controls everything and every aspect of your life. And if you want, we only see
the good side of it.
Yeah,
it's a utopia. Everybody loves it here. What are you talking about? Are you not happy?
Everyone who's in the Federation, or
are you not taking your pills?
I ran the replicator busted. I haven't been able to get any more for a while.
Have some of mine. Take these pills now.
The Federation.
I'd hate to have to report you.
The Federation is great. But I get what you're saying, because you never.
The Dominion tried to free us from the yoke of the Federation.
You never see the bullshit back end, like, yeah.
All the civilians we see are families of the Starfleet guys. So yeah, they got in good because they're members of the party, so their families benefit.
The proletariat.
But the actual common workers and stuff. I mean, I think Voyager is the one that comes closest to showing us, that reality, when the slave labor force of the holograms that you guys get to look forward to.
Maybe not.
What do you mean you guys? You're going to watch
Wheel of Voyager.
Well, see, I've seen it. It's no surprise to me, but
might get saved by the Wheel of Voyager.
You guys are just on Voyager.
I'm just going to watch it all. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I've come this far.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's on BBC America sometimes, and I try to watch it, but it's just like, it's just not as interesting, especially now that I've seen Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, that's the one thing I think. I think if you were to watch it standalone, it's not that bad, but standing.
Or even coming from TNG, I think it would be okay.
It's
that's what people did, though.
Yeah.
They didn't watch Deep Space Nine because it was running behind.
There's a black guy.
Yeah. What kind of crazy future is this?
That future sucks, man. I ain't trying to get that future.
What the hell? Certain stations in Alabama wouldn't show it, I'm sure. I mean, it's just, he might kiss a woman. Shit.
You better get out my face. I'm cool with an alien kissing a white woman, but not some black guy. That's gross.
Well, my NBC
miscegenating.
The station I grew up watching, they were one of the stations, the Birmingham NBC station there, WVTM?
WKKK.
Pretty much. I mean, they were the stations that didn't show the Uhura Kirk episode.
Hell no, man. You never got to see that. That's a terrible thing.
And then, of course, my local PBS station that I grew up watching was one of the ones that wouldn't show the gay teacher getting married on Arthur. So Ain't gonna run that on no Alabama public television.
Everybody knew that guy was gay. I mean, that's a gimme.
Well, he was a teacher.
Mr. Ratley or whatever his name is. Everybody, yeah, that's not the
male teachers. That's like male nurses. Come on,
get with the program. But yeah,
that's a woman's job.
The shitty. I don't think Voyager would be
pregnant in the kitchen.
Voyager wouldn't be as bad if it didn't have the wonderfulness that is fucking Deep Space Nine behind.
Because I mean, we're not just watching Deep Space Nine now. We're watching Discovery.
Yeah.
And like, we got to go from that to Voyager.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I mean,
I think it's really cool that Discovery came out while we're watching Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Because I think that gritty, dark, it still fits in the Star Trek universe, but it's just that intensity that we're really getting to now. I mean, the music in this episode, it was like they tried to get as close to foreboding John Williams music as they could get without getting sued, and it kind of worked for me. It anytime that the Cardassians or the Jem'Hadar or the Wayoon is there, and they have that foreboding dark music. So.
Dude, I loved it, man. Like it's just a great episode. It's just basically the whole episode is basically just preparing for an oncoming war. Like they keep sending, like the Jem'Hadar keep sending ships to the wormhole. Every week, another fucking battalion comes through, another convoy. We got a great big convoy across the Space Federation.
Rubber duck, what's your point?
And so, like, the scene between Wayoon and Cisco is just brilliant. That's such a good scene.
I mean, that could be in any political drama.
Yeah.
Set in modern times.
Oh, well, the Cardassians, they're a proud people, and they're hurting more than they're letting on. So what is
this? Is a scene from Heat where De Niro and Pacino are sitting across the table from me.
Basically, yes. What if we just have medical frigates and what does he say?
Yes, that does sound quite reasonable.
Yes. And then he leaves. Like, all right, we're going to war.
Yeah,
they'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a great episode, man. Like it's really great.
Well, the first half, I mean, it's all building up to that crazy roller coaster at the end.
Yeah.
So, holy shit. And for me, I mean, one of the things that all my Star Wars friends had always, it's like, Star Trek's so boring. Have a staff meeting, blah, blah, blah. And Star Trek is never big on the space battles.
Yeah.
It's more story driven. It's more, the message, things like that. And you can have some pretty impressive special effects, but they're not small crafts having these fighter battles and shit. But there was a lot of that going on.
Yeah, there was.
Last half of this episode.
They never remastered DS9, right?
No,
so this is all 1990s graphics, and I thought they were pretty impressive, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it looks really great.
The big thing for me was watching it on the 65-inch TV.
Ooh, that's so big.
Because the last time I watched it, it was on a 25-inch television across, the Zenith console across the room. So it's come a long way.
And don't sit so close.
Well, according to the Wikipedia page, it's physical models and computer-generated images. They use a mixture of older type model work, such as motion control and computer-generated effects. It looks really great. Like, it's a really great episode. I feel like we're kind of breezing over it because, I mean, it is like a rush to war.
But to be honest, they kind of breezed over a lot of stuff in this episode. Like, I really feel like this episode should have been like an hour and a half long to properly.
You have the next
everything. No, I mean just what they covered in this episode. They needed at least 20 more minutes.
You got the resolution, well, not the resolution, but they addressed the whole thing with with Odo and Major Kira.
Oh, thank God! Put that on the table for a while, please.
They table that thing, but then you have like the special moment between Nog I mean, not Nog, Rom and his brother Quark,
Oh
because
my
like
God, that was so
he
touching.
gets married and Quark is like, "What are you doing? You should be with your bride." And he's like, "No, I need to be with you, brother." And then like there was just a sweet moment, like a nice, genuine, like caring moment between the two of them.
When Quark kisses him on the lobes,
Yeah.
on the back of the brain lobe back there, and leaves, I'm just like, oh man.
Yeah, it was really good. Like they did a really good job of like kind of wrapping up some personal stuff. Like I love the little story that Garrick tells what's his face's daughter.
Daughter, yeah.
What's her name?
She has a name
She does. I don't remember it.
Nobody does.
because we're sexists.
No.
That's not important.
Her name is
Tora Zial.
Yes. Good job, Dennis. He tells Zial his little story about, there was once a man from Nantucket. And that's a cute little moment. Like they do a good job, like kind of wrapping up some of these relationships or kind of extending them or showing you the human side of it. It's just really well done. And if anything, it makes you hate Gold Dukat even more.
Yep.
You know?
Speaking of Ducat, what the fuck was that Google Glass thing that they had?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know what
That shit just looked dumb.
I couldn't tell if it was like a microphone or
And like it didn't fit because its like costume was pulled over to the side, so it made it look like he had a crooked neck.
yeah, it was weird.
So for future episodes, this will be my new my new dork. When we're recording, I'll yeah.
Well, Wayun had one on too.
Yeah, for
everybody.
But what was that? What was it
It's
supposed to be?
tactical. It's Google Glass. It's some,
Because we learned on.
But they were looking around it the whole time because it was blocking their view of real information.
Well, because we learned in that one episode where they found the Jem'Hadar ship that they don't have like portholes or whatever. That the I guess the commanding officer wears like a Google Glass thing to see out of the ship. Correct?
yeah.
Are they not on a Cardassian ship?
No, they were on a Jem'Hadar ship, so that's why they had them on.
Well, they're on. Well,
They were on the big Jem'Hadar,
Yeah,
big Jem'Hadar ship.
Yeah, because there's the little Jem'Hadar ships that look like beetles, but they were on the big Jem'Hadar ship, so that's why they were wearing it, because so they could see out, because there's no portholes or anything. Boom! Look at that! I just trekked some trek on that shit, baby.
all right.
You're
right.
Thank you.
It still looked dumb.
No, it did look really dumb.
Yeah.
But that's why, and I can't believe I just did that. Wow, I out-trekked Ben on that one.
Well, to be fair, I wasn't trying.
You were.
You have your victory. I was intense more on how dumb it looked, but
Oh, it did look dumb, but at least I knew why it looked dumb, so I'm still gonna.
oh no, I'm proud of you, Bob. I really am.
Yeah, the only thing I remember from that episode is that Vorta lady's tits hanging out of her shirt.
That's because, you know what, Dennis, that's because I watch the show on a different level than you do.
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, you're very, very much attracted to boobs and hot ones, while I watch the show mainly to be entertained and learn about
I'm entertained as well.
the future.
Gotta learn that future history.
Got to learn that future history.
Motorboat.
But yeah, they and I also enjoyed the part too where Cisco told the Bajorans to accept the ratification of the non-compete, if you will, because he's like, I've done too much to protect. And then he nutted in his pants.
Oh my God.
He did. He was really into that.
He's frozen.
I am
Thought it was
frozen.
mine.
Solid. So much juice.
It's connected.
If he's recording,
My internet connection is unstable. Oh, did I lose you? Oh, I lost you guys. Hello?
muscle when I oh shit, Bob's back.
I'm back.
We're just talking about masturbation.
I'm into that. We all got to talk about something. No, that's weird because we've been doing this on Zoom now for, 5 years? And I think this is one of the first times I've ever remember losing connection with you guys.
Yep.
It's happened. I think it's happened before. Maybe that was for D&D or something.
Maybe. But yeah, it's very rare that it's happened. So
I thought it was me because I've got the kids this week, and everybody, of course, is on their streaming service of choice. and eating up bandwidth at my house. So I was like, yeah. When you froze, it's like, oh, yep, that's me. But then Dennis kept talking, and I'm like, I'm still alive.
It's not me. It's not me. Melanie Smith, who plays Tora Zial, she appeared on Seinfeld as Jerry's girlfriend Rachel for 4 episodes. I don't know if she was also in Curb Your Enthusiasm. And now she runs a yoga.
Great if she was a half Bajoran, half Cardassian in all those episodes.
And now she runs a yoga studio.
Interesting.
Nice.
So there you
Hot
go.
yoga, Bikram yoga,
Bajoran yoga,
sex yoga. But
Spoon
she can't.
yoga.
She just can't move her neck when she's doing it.
Yeah.
It's awful.
That's why she went into it. She was trying to get that mobility back, but it's just not enough.
So what were you guys talking about? What did I miss?
Oh,
we stopped talking about Star Trek when you left.
Oh, okay. Typical.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't recording.
yeah, there's no. So it's
No, it was. It was recording. It just the recording probably moved to somebody else, and now it's back to me.
No, the little red recording thing went away.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought it would usually dump to somebody else.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
weird.
it made me the host, but it didn't keep recording.
Oh. All right, so I'll have to figure out where we were when it. Yeah, whatever. This episode was great.
I think you were celebrating your Trek knowledge victory still.
That's right. That's probably why it happened. The internet was like, "Hey, Bob, let's not go crazy."
Hubris got you, man.
Yeah, it did.
I'm not saying I did something, but
You did.
I allowed you to brag. You got it out of your system. Now let's move on. No one can be better than me.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I learned my lesson well.
Dennis, would you like to brag? Maybe you'll go to the cornfield too.
No, Ben. Please don't punish me.
I'll send you to the cornfield. That's where I send everybody who's mean.
So then next week we'll record, and then the week after that I'll be in Virginia Beach, and we can enjoy some hot Dr. Pepper together.
Hot Dr. Pepper.
So who's excited about hot Dr. Pepper?
I'm super excited about hot Dr. Pepper. I get paid tomorrow, and
Let's all make our own and bring it, and then compare our recipes.
But then it won't be hot though. We have to reheat it.
yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a problem. It's going to be disgusting anyway. Don't
No,
worry.
I've seen several people on YouTube who were like, "Hey, did you hear this crazy thing that they used to serve Dr. Pepper hot? So I was going to try it." And then
So how hot is hot? Like hot, like boiling hot?
180 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's hot.
Well, that's you cook. You get it up to that temperature, and then you turn it off, and then you add your lemon, and you pour it in the cup.
All right, so we're gonna drink hot Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it's like hot tea hot.
Because we can still hang out and not drink hot Dr. Pepper. You guys know that, right? Like we can just hang out and be friends.
No, I won't come if there's no hot Dr. Pepper.
You know, we've kind
With
of
orange slices in it.
we've put. Actually, I heard lemon was better,
Oh, yeah.
so I will try to have lemons and oranges.
The next time I go to a restaurant,
Everybody can garnish their own.
I'm gonna ask for a hot Dr. Pepper. Like, do you have Pepsi products? Yes. Can I have a hot Dr. Pepper, please?
And then they try to shit on your chest. You're like, no, that's not what I said.
That's a hot Dr. Pepper, sir.
That's a Cleveland steamer. I don't know where you're from.
That is clearly a Cleveland steamer.
You clearly got your wires crossed, sir.
And to tie into my growing golf obsession,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was interesting that we had started our Dr. Pepper obsession just about the same time, because my favorite golfer, Ben Hogan, greatest golfer of all time, his dad worked as a blacksmith in Texas just around the time that cars became a thing. So, you know, unemployment. And then one of the jobs that he took after the blacksmith thing kind of went away was he worked at the Dr. Pepper bottling plant in near Fort Worth, Texas.
Texas, yeah, because he's from Texas. I know that.
Dublin, Texas.
Interesting.
So my goal now is to head out west and find the Dr. Pepper bottling plant.
We all need goals. I mean, it might not be there anymore, so don't get
In China now.
yeah.
Yeah, this was in 1922 or pre 1922, when he was working there because he killed himself in 22. So
Oh my God.
was that
That story took a turn.
Yeah.
No, here's the turn. According to
His ghost haunts you?
No. So little Ben Hogan was 9 years old, and he, according to several of the reports, was in the room when his dad was like, "Well, that's it."
Well, that's it.
Shoots himself, and then he doesn't die immediately. So he dies later at the hospital, and he's like, "It was all a mistake." And you're like, "Okay, wait, killing yourself was a mistake, or having the family?" Either way, your kid was in the room when you shot yourself, you dickwad. And why would you keep that shit private?
It was all a mistake.
And so they
gave
say
somebody the formula to Dr. Pepper, and that's the price you pay.
Yeah.
Well, and that's part of the thing that they say helped make Ben Hogan so driven.
And who wants hot Dr. Pepper? That's the problem. It's like, Daddy, I heated up your Dr. Pepper.
No more.
I want my kids to be driven, but I don't think I'm going to off myself in front of them.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. I kept wanting my parents to go down dark alleys so I could be Batman. But
there's no dark alleys in Alabama.
Exactly.
You keep buying your mom pearl necklaces to wear. Mom, come on, let's go.
Come on, let's go to the movies. All right, we'll go to Coleman. No,
let's go through Crime Alley.
Let's go to Birmingham. They have some scary neighborhoods, right?
They have all the good movies.
I blame that on Thomas Wayne, man. You got to know you're going down Crime Alley.
I blame it on Alfred. You're the fucking chauffeur. You don't meet the rich folks down the block. You meet the rich folks out front. There's a special pickup lane right there for you.
That's true. Again, I read a tweet recently that said Batman could really help Gotham if he used his billions of dollars to fund programs as opposed to dressing up like a bat and punching people. That's the Batman I want to write. I want to write that Batman story where he goes, you know what? Maybe I've wasted my life.
He starts like,
It doesn't matter. He's there's one inmate in Arkham Asylum, and it's Bruce Wayne. He's just imagining all these other.
I've heard that too.
Yeah. Was it the Joker? Is he one of the orderlies, or is he one of the therapists?
I can't remember.
Yeah, but there's a whole
like mythos, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, there was an episode of Smallville where they kind of did that to Clark. And
there's an episode of Deep Space, of TNG where that happens to Will Riker, where I'm not crazy.
We're going to meet with the Yorktown.
I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
You're the one who's crazy. Institution. I'm not crazy. Institution. You're the one who's crazy.
There's an episode of Deep Space Nine coming up with a similar plot.
No suicidal tendencies fans. All right. I see where you guys are with that one. But yeah. You've never heard that song about the kid who just wanted the Pepsi? I just wanted the Pepsi.
I've heard it sampled.
Yeah, that's that song, Suicidal Tendencies.
Yeah.
Just wanted a Pepsi.
I've gotten up and walked out of a restaurant just to be an asshole because they didn't have Coke products.
Oh, that's cool. I'm down with that. That's very south of you, Southern. Whoa, what do you mean you ain't got sweet tea?
Well, no, I joked about it with a friend of mine at work, and then one day I go and I sit down at lunch, and I was like, yeah, I'll have a Coke. And she goes, oh, we have Pepsi products. Is that okay? And I just said, no, it's not. And
you must be crazy.
And then all the way to the door, they're trying, well, we could find something else. I'm very sorry. And it's like, no, I'm good. And just left.
That's funny.
And they get real upset about that.
I was at Steak and Shake with Drew, my buddy Drew, and we used to go to Steak and Shake every Heroes. We'd stop there and we pulled in the Steak and Shake. And we pulled in and we sat down, and the lady was like, yeah, we don't have any shakes. And so we left because what's the point?
I didn't go for steak.
What? You think I'm here to eat your terrible food?
Yeah, what's the point? So
what's the deal with whipped cream?
I want your terrible shake.
Steak and shakes are not terrible, Dennis.
That was the first place.
It's soft serve, right?
I think so. I like it.
I don't like soft serve shakes that much.
You know what, Dennis? Fuck off.
I will.
I went to this
shake.
This episode's over.
This podcast is over.
Well, I give this episode an 8, but I give that milkshake a 3.
I give this episode.
And so began the Dork Trek Civil War.
I give Dennis a 1. We're no longer friends. How do you not? I mean, I love soft serve shakes like Carvel. That's all it is. It's soft serve.
No,
it's not that good.
like when I go to, was it Brewster's across
The
the street?
consistency is not. It doesn't hold up.
They put scoops in and
That's how you do it.
Ground up, and you put some milk in there, and you want the vanilla beans.
Yeah. Have you guys been over to Shake Shack yet?
No. It's like I posted the other day.
I don't think I've been to Virginia Beach since it opened. I got to cross a fucking tunnel to get over there.
It's true. It's not worth it.
That's not that bad.
Yeah. That's easy for you to say.
I know the first 3 weeks, at least the first 2 weeks for sure. Every time I would drive by there, because that's driving through, is how I kind of get the back way to McDonald's, so I don't have to make a U-turn.
Yeah.
And so I would drive past there, and there would literally be every seat taken, and then people lined up out the door and down the street. And there's no way.
All right. So that reminds me when Cookout came to Virginia Beach. It was the same.
Oh, God. Yeah.
People went nuts over that shit, too.
Is Shake Shack better than, or a steak? What is it? Shake Shack?
Shake Shack is what we just got.
Is it better than Cookout?
I wouldn't think so.
I've never been to Cookout, so I don't know.
No, I've been to Cookouts.
It's okay.
You know, back when I didn't keep kosher, they're
like once you start to see how many things you get for $10, then you start to question how good it really is.
Well, when you're making very little money trying to restart your life, and you see how much you can get for $10, you're like, "Fuck, this is my favorite place."
Yeah. Oh, I get tater tots and a corn dog.
Wait, I can get 2 corn dogs as my sides. I can get a hamburger all the way and 2 corn dogs at no extra charge. Okay, you're my favorite place.
It's not bad.
And they have cheerwine, which I didn't know.
That's good.
I didn't know from all my North Carolina buddies were like, "Oh my God, cheerwine." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And then I had it, and it's like, "Oh my God, this is."
I don't know if you guys remember drinking the Ale 8, right?
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Now they make a cherry Ale 8, which maybe I'll try to find and bring. But Ale 8, you didn't have it last time, Dennis. I brought it. It's it's just basically caffeinated ginger ale. It's the official soft drink of Kentucky. It's good. I like Ale 8.
I may have drank yours, Dennis, because after everybody left, like 2 days later, I'm cleaning the fridge and I'm like, "Oh, there's an extra one."
Ale 8's good. They do have straw. They have cherry Ale 8 now. I haven't tried it yet, so maybe I'll bring some and we can
cherry ginger ale.
Yeah, it might be good, or it just might be cherry drink. I don't know. I haven't had it. I just know Ale 8 is caffeinated ginger ale. The Ale 8 cherry might just be a cherry, like wine.
Cherry flavor instead of ginger ale flavor.
Yeah.
So have you guys been to Sonic?
I never. I tried it. I got it once, and I was greatly disappointed.
So
I soft serve shakes too.
Yeah. But I go there for luncheon because it's convenient, and it's like right there at the office. But so today I ordered a Coca-Cola, as I want to do.
Delicious.
And she asked if I wanted to flavor it with vanilla or cherry. And I'm like, "What? How long has this been an option?" Because I've never was asked that before. And I'm just like, I will take some vanilla, thank you.
Isn't that a Sonic staple though?
Maybe
they're supposed to be like an old malt shop kind of place thingy.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
The roller skaters come out with your food or whatever, and Opie Cunningham and the Fonz are out there.
Hey.
This isn't the what was the place from Pulp Fiction? It's not that place.
Oh.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Zell would know this shit.
I forget the name of it, but yeah, that's
So all the listeners who follow Zell from her other shows are probably listening to me right now. It's just like, well, yeah, she always talks about Pulp Fiction.
Well, next time we talk to her, we'll ask her. So let's get back to Star Trek here, because let's wrap this up.
Ending, holy shit!
That ending was
wonderful. The mines were cool. Like the mines all cloaked and shit after they got activated.
Replicating cloaked mines.
Yeah. Rom's idea.
Really good idea. But like,
he really thinks well under crisis.
Yeah.
He's all worried about his wedding, and he's like,
living arrangements.
Fuck, I can replicate myself. Why don't we replicate the mines?
I'm a titty fucker. A lot.
That's it. Lieutenant
Demands
fuck the Dominion. What are you saying, Rob?
That's
Wait,
the
hold on.
Jemadar's one weakness. That's why they have those
No.
big chest plates.
Don't titty fuck us, please stop.
Oh my god.
Please stop titty fucking us.
It's the only way we can come, and when we come, we die.
That's what that stuff is that comes out of that.
So white.
It's just jizz.
Yeah.
Oh.
We yeah, but it's really good, man. Like, it's really good. Now, why didn't they activate these mines, and why didn't we see anything blow up from them? Because they spent a really long time setting them up.
They did.
They turned them on, and then they cloaked, and so now they can't go through the wormhole.
Yeah. No ships can come in and out of the wormhole.
I want to see some stuff blow up, though.
I mean,
see that
lots of stuff blew up.
But I want to see some stuff.
Martok went and blew some shit up.
I want to see some stuff blow up because specifically of the mines, because they spent such a long time setting them up that I wanted to see some knocking down, if you will.
But that's what the whole next season, you got to come back for season 6.
It's kind of like if you watch someone set up this really sweet and elaborate thing, this beautiful setup of dominoes, and you're like, all right, let's knock it over. He's like, no, we'll do that another time. But you just spent 30 minutes setting it up. Like a joke with no punchline. Like they'd said this beautiful setup of a joke and like, what's the punchline? I don't know. Whatever, I'll get to it later.
Tune in 3 months.
Yeah.
You gotta make him come back.
Well, speaking of Martog, I'll bring it with me. There's this artist. He's an artist and a writer, a cartoonist, if you will. His name is Daniel Warren Johnson, and he does these books for Image. He does one called Extremity that's really good. He does another one called Murder Falcon that is also very good. But he makes these mini comics of licensed properties that he doesn't really necessarily have the, I guess, rights to do, but he makes them, prints them out, and just sells them for whatever people want to give them to him for. He did one for Old Man Skywalker that I didn't pick up in time, but it's like a little Star Trek tale about an older Luke Skywalker. But he also has one for Martog, and I totally bought it, and it's really good, and I'll let you guys read it when I come to town. It's really good. You can read it for free online on his website, but just to have it in print is really, really fun. He just does like this little, like, I think it's like 9 or 10 page short about Martog. It's awesome.
Yeah, we should link him on our Facebook page or something.
Dude, I mean, he doesn't need any. He's got like Eisner nods and shit. Like, he doesn't need us.
You always need. You always.
I mean, when you got books out for Image and you kicking everybody's ass, you good. But the Martog shit is great. I advise you to look it up. So, because Martog is my favorite Klingon of all time.
Never a Klingon when you need one. I've never said that. I did the opposite. Oh, great, more Klingon.
You hate them? They killed your son.
They killed my son.
They killed my boy.
I don't believe them. I don't trust them, and I will let them die.
There you go. So, all right, let's wrap this up. Dennis, what do you think of the episode?
Like I said, I think they could have made this 20 minutes longer and it would have been perfect. But even with all that, I still give this like an 8. It's really good.
Benjamin, what do you say?
I'm going to agree that it was an 8. I would have liked it to have been 20 minutes longer just because I would like to have seen more of it. I mean, it was good as it was. I mean, it was great, but I would like to have had more of this greatness. And there was plenty of places that you could have gotten that 20 extra minutes without it being like filler or fluff. I mean, you could easily made this into a 90-minute episode.
There were a lot of scenes that were kind of rushed. It felt rushed to me.
Yeah.
Because they knew they only had 42 minutes to work with.
Yep. And so, yeah, I definitely give it an 8. It's a strong 8, a solid 8, if you will.
I agree. I thought this episode was wonderful. Like Dennis said earlier, it kind of clears the decks, and you've kind of got a different show on your hands.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It was really well done. I enjoyed it. Great episode.
Shot of the Starfleet and Klingon fleet.
That was amazing.
Oh, that
Woo!
oof.
My son was watching that with me, and he's like, "Look at all those Enterprises." I was like, no. There's more than one ship. Enterprise is one ship. There's more than one. Where is the Enterprise?
Although we know the Enterprise was not there.
Where is the Enterprise at this point?
They were doing insurrection, weren't they? Isn't this right around that time? Because that was the whole thing. Like they were pissed because they got sent off to this far reach, while the Dominion War is going on.
Yeah.
That's like a spiel from the beginning of insurrection.
Think about how great a Star Trek: The Next Generation movie could have been if it was just about this war.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't even had to have taken anything away from Deep Space Nine. Just have like an important battle.
Yeah. And as we will see, going forward, I mean, there's plenty of important battles that they could have participated in. I mean,
maybe they'll do like a short trek or something like that of like a battle, a Dominion battle in the future. That would be pretty cool.
Like, think about how cool that would have been. Like, because then you would have gotten people to watch your TV show. Because what war are they talking about? That sounds awesome. Deep Space. I've been sleeping on this Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. But instead, they just offhandedly mention it, and you're kind of like, oh, I guess it's not that important.
Yeah, right. The whole Federation.
Yeah, the
whole Federation's at war, but we're out here talking to F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah, with his stretchy face.
Priorities, people. Priorities. Where's your flagship? I really wish I could be at that war, buddy, but I've got so much going on with F. Murray Abraham.
This really old lady is hot as shit.
Oh, dude, I totally want to knock the dust off of that, bro.
And dude, right down the street there, it's McCormick from Hardcastle and McCormick.
Oh, so I'll get back to Cisco. He doesn't like me anyway, so fuck that guy. So
that's pretty much what the setup was.
What was their excuse for Worf being there? I don't remember. Because he's not even with Starfleet. He was with the Klingons.
We have to check the star dates on this to see where we fit into this universe or the time thing.
I mean, obviously, I haven't seen any of season 6. I don't know what's going on with Worf after this, but like this episode leaves him he's with Martok.
Yeah.
So.
God damn it.
I don't know.
See,
they always made up some excuse for him to
come
show
back.
up on TV.
What was that on? Not Generations, First Contact, where Worf was on the Defiant fighting the Borg.
Yeah. And then he had some bullshit excuse to be there for insurrection, and then he was there for the Riker wedding.
Yeah.
Oh no, Nemesis.
He just keeps leaving.
Yeah. He must have saved up a lot of leave.
Yeah.
Well, he sleeps on the ship, so he's like scamming the system.
Yeah, he's totally fucking full of shit.
Cisco wakes up, he's like, "Where's the Defiant?" Oh, Worf had to go take care of some personal business. God damn it. He has too many business.
All right, so Star Trek Insurrection was Stardate. Scheisse. I don't know. It's unknown Stardate 2375.
Okay, this is 2373.
Okay, so this is the 500. So Insurrection was the 546th Star Trek production.
Interesting.
Called Arms was 475th. So there's some time.
That would be like season 7 of DS9.
Yeah.
So I guess the war is over by then.
Is the war still going on then?
In season 7?
I guess so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still going on. The war is basically going to run for the rest of the series, probably, I imagine.
Yeah. Because I think there's the armistice or whatever that ends the series.
So we'll see. Well, there you go, everybody. That was a wonderful episode. I hope you really digged it. We really dug it. We'll be back next week with the start of season 6.
Some great episodes.
6 seasons of DS9. Man, this is crazy.
6 seasons in a movie.
Yep.
Dude, did this season seem long to you guys?
We've already, we mentioned that. I think, it did. It did. I don't know why.
We were taking time off or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but I know that I'm excited for season 6 of Deep Space Nine. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back next week.